I think, than anybody I can put a name to promote our sport.
The archer who owns all the world records, John Demmer III.
You know, the more difficult a thing is, the more important the mental game becomes.
I didn't eat any supper yet either. How about you guys? Did you guys eat yet?
I didn't eat
Oh,
that.
you know,
I got some crunch berries.
Oh, yeah.
Grayson Barlow.
It's like me taking 3 or 4 years off your eyes just because I weakened that prescription in the shooting eye.
And don't put everything into my shot that I should, that I get a lot of drop on those heavy arrows. It's dropping all the way down into the sixth. And he said, well, you might want to think about going to a lighter arrow and string walking. And then that's what got that started. So.
You're all the way from, where do you live in Sweden?
I live in Stockholm, but I study in a small town called Hallsberg at the Swedish Archery High School.
You have a Swedish archery high school. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I am so incredibly jealous. Maybe I should start the first American archery high school.
We have like 2 archery sessions a week, so it's not that much. But then we have one session where we learn about other stuff like food and rest and gym and stuff like that.
Oh my gosh. So that makes so much sense for how well you're doing with it. We'll get into this more when we go live and stuff. But that's freaking amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. I think it's,
and at that range, I think we can shoot 120 meters indoors out through the window and out on the field.
How many students are in that school?
I think we are like 7 archers right now.
7 archers.
So it's a regular high school, but
right,
you can choose archery as well.
But archery is like a varsity sport per se. Like it's your focus while you're in school.
Yeah, like
holy
football
crap.
or.
Dude, I'm so jealous of you. You've no idea. I would have had that when I was a kid. Crazy. All right. Well, you and I are gonna go live, and I'm gonna wait, and then Demmer can. I don't know what that's all about. Demmer can pop in when he's done shooting. We are officially live. I have to open up the window, hit mute. There it is. Go from there. Let's let the viewers. Look, I got 4 viewers already. Would you look at that?
That's great.
Yeah, that's a good deal, man. It's definitely like I don't record the podcast live all the time. I record them. That's random. Like if we can do it, we do it. If not, it's not always feasible. But it's fun to do it live because I think it brings a different dynamic to. It's more of a show than it is just recording a podcast. You know what I mean, Leo? So like people can interact, ask you questions, ask us questions, stuff like that.
Yeah, that brings us closer to the audience.
So, but we're gonna let this build up. While we're doing that, guys, I want to say thanks for tuning in. Obviously, we're recording an impromptu live recording of the podcast. And listen, as you guys have noticed, if you've started paying attention, if you're watching the episodes, all I ask is that you pay the fee. You have a fee for the information that's provided. You only have to pay the fee if the podcast helps you, if you enjoyed it, if you learned something, you think someone else could learn from it, and so on and so forth. Because, you sharing the show, sharing the podcast could potentially help another barebow archer. So my request is that that's your only fee is share it if you enjoy it. We're waiting for John. John will show up when he's ready. I know he was shooting, so we're not going to go. Hold on. I have a thing going on. He just messaged me. Take your time. What time is it over there, Leo?
It's, what is it? I think it's like midnight.
Yeah, you're past midnight. Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
It's a late one over there. So we try to coordinate back and forth. It gets a little complicated. Come on, Demmer, you know better. I'm sure he's actually. I think he's viewing right now. If I can see, if I see this correctly, I think he's viewing right now. So he's probably cursing me right now as he like goes and gets in front of his phone or gets in his office where he records from. But anyways, no worries. You guys know the routine. This is a live recording. This is episode 43. And with us is this baby-faced young man, Leo Pettersson, from Stockholm, Sweden. Leo is probably one of the, well, by score, he's definitely one of the top shooters in the world. But by age, he's without a doubt the top teenage male shooter, I would say, that I know of in the world. Leo is, I guess so by World Archery, you're a junior competitor. But he happens to be the 2020 European 3D national champion. You were third at your field nationals for Europe, and then also you
Second
have
for the field.
Second for field, third for indoor, but number one qualifier, right? So
yes,
for being such a young fella, you've already built quite the resume. Sorry for the beeps in the background. There's a CrossFit class going on. If you guys want to see real quick, I am recording from my range, and there's a bunch of people down there doing rowing and jumping jacks and all kinds of stuff. That's how we do it here. So no worries. It's a little background noise. We gotta work with Leo because he's so far away. He's got to go for school tomorrow. Do you have to get up for school tomorrow?
Christmas break.
You're on Christmas break. Oh, okay. All right. So we could have recorded later. You could have just stayed up all night. But anyway, so we are introducing you guys. Some of you, even Dan McCullough. So Dennis he's a local guy, sort of local. He's like, who's Leo? He doesn't know who you are, but he's gonna find out here very shortly. We see personalities. We see people across the world who are shooting barebow. Barebow's growing like fire. And your situation is unique. We were just talking a little bit prior to the show. You go to, and before we get into who you are, you go to a school where your focus is archery. So that has got to play a significant role in your success thus far, I'm sure. Leo, tell us obviously who you are, where you're from, how you got into the sport, and kind of what brought you. What brought you to barebow specifically?
Yeah, my name is Leo. I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, and as Frank said, I go to the Swedish archery school. And the reason I started archery was because I played football and it wasn't my thing. European football. Rugby. And also table tennis. Oh no.
Rugby or soccer?
Soccer. Real football.
Oh, okay.
And then by chance, I got to try archery at a day where you could try different sports and activities. So I was there with my mom and sister, and we all tried archery, and I liked it. And then we looked up a club here in Stockholm, and everybody was just shooting barebow. So that's why I started barebow.
Hold on 1 second. We all text from my bride.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Yeah, she's got a little thing going on at home, so I may have to cut this short, but we're gonna keep going for now. Yeah, so you go to an archery school. I see you post videos all the time on your Instagram and stuff, so I know like you're using the gym. Here comes the crotchety old man himself. Let's let Demmer log in here.
Absolutely.
The legend, the dirty old man that we call him. Let's see. I haven't seen him in a while, so let's see what his facial hair looks like. Does he look like a caveman, or is he actually? Yep, he's half caveman. He's not quite there. Yeah. Yep. I'm just jealous because he's got more hair than I have. Hey, John,
going
how
on,
are you,
Leo?
buddy? Crotchety old man. Have you guys met before, Demmer?
I don't think so.
Not officially, because I didn't know if he was at Roma or if you guys had ever crossed paths before. So
Not yet.
yeah,
Hopefully
well, you're
January.
coming. Yep, he's coming
Yeah.
over for the classic. So he was just talking about
Excited.
how we did a quick introduction, but he was just talking about how this kid goes to an archery school. He goes. So is the gym workouts? Are they part of your schooling too?
Yeah, we have one lesson a week where we are at the gym, and then we have full access to the gym all day round, all week.
That's
So we
outstanding.
have a school gym we can use.
So the gym, the training for archery is all part of your education.
Yeah.
How about that, John? They're doing it right. That explains a lot.
Yeah, it helps. That's for sure. Your archery training and learning is usually just learning how to lose, but getting your butt kicked. We got to start it off, Leo. You gotta bust on Frank every opportunity.
Yeah, it never
I can
ends.
try.
If it's done anything, Leo, it's created an extremely thick skin because I really don't let much bother me. And when you have to stare at this face, you get accustomed to that stuff. So anyway, John, nice to see you again, sort of. Welcome back to the podcast, you prick. Anyway, so Leo was just talking about how he got started and stuff like that. And I want to know, Leo, so you have quickly climbed up the ranks as far as score. You put up solid scores within competition. What does, at 18 years old, what does your training currently look like? How are you staying at that level and going to school?
Yeah, I try to shoot for 2 to 4 hours every day, and also go to the gym 5 times a week, and then get in some studying in between. But it's mostly just archery.
That's incredible. And so are you shooting then during the school day?
Yeah, we have 2 lessons a week where we shoot for an hour and a half on school time.
On school
and then
time,
we
okay.
have free access to the range afterwards.
And you live at your school then, I assume?
Yeah, we have 2 apartments that we are sharing. So we have our own rooms and share kitchen and bathroom.
That's pretty incredible. Outside of that, who is your coach then at the school?
I don't really have a coach at the school.
Okay.
I don't really have a coach for my archery technique or stuff like that, but my dad is my coach on competitions and such.
Okay. All right. So he's your primary coach, for all intents and purposes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. I did not know that you didn't have a coach. So you obviously have done a lot of research on your own and sort of found the way. You said you shoot 5, 6 days a week, 7 days a week?
Yeah, 7 days a week, almost every week.
what does a shooting session look like for you?
Usually I just go down to the range and shoot like 90 to 120 arrows and try to have a nice feeling shooting strong and solid shots all the way through. And then we also do some friendly competing at the sessions as well.
So you're shooting for score all the time?
Almost every day. So I usually count 30 arrows per session to know what my average is.
Yeah. Okay. All right. What did you, I guess, how did you get then to that point though? I mean, where did you learn like the what's the word? The details about Barebow. Go ahead, Demmer.
No, I was just going to ask him how where he learned the basics from.
Yeah.
And how he moved up from the basics to I would say advanced stages now, since he's shooting a lot of 550s, 560s in practice.
Yeah, I started at a club here in Stockholm, which was focused on barebow, so everybody was shooting barebow. And then my dad, he has quite a big mouth, so he became friends with Erik Jonsson, Martin Ottosson, and Fredrik Lundmarken, all the big names. So we have regular contact with them. And yeah, if I have any questions, I just send them a text message or call them.
That's outstanding. I guess it shows then that in the beginning you had, again, as we kind of see on our side of the world, you had early access to really good information and were able to put all that stuff to play from the word go, and it really has set your course for the future. So you're coming over to Lancaster, correct, for the first time ever?
Yes, indeed.
Good.
Yep.
You should be excited. It's a good one. It's a fun tournament for sure. Are you coming over by yourself, or is your dad coming with you?
My dad is coming with me, and also Erik and Lina, and then Joachim Hassela, who was over in 2020.
Yep. And
then some other Swedes. So I think we are 7 or 8 people.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, good. I was definitely wondering what your numbers would look like for people that were coming from overseas, amongst the current climate. But I'm sort of happy that you're all coming, and I'm sort of not happy that you're all coming. But whatever, it's all good.
Yeah.
It's just one place lower for you. It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. Hey, I did all right
50,
with them
50
there.
first.
I've done fine. I did fine at the last time. I just sucked in the shoot-offs. But yeah, anyway. So you always distract me every time you say something, and then I lose.
So for training and stuff, do you ever get to train with Eric or Frederick or Ake or any of those guys?
Yeah, I train almost every week with Jukka. He's a member at the club here in Stockholm. So we compete a little against each other and just have fun and try to use each other to become better archers. And then sometimes me and Dad goes to Erik or Fredrik and shoot a little with them and just have fun.
That's amazing. That's good.
That's a luxury we don't have here.
No, we're definitely a ways behind. But when you have kids that are coming through school with early access to archery and then early access to that focus, how has it always been that way over there, Leo, or is that something that's new?
I think we have had the archery school for quite a while. So 30 years, I think, something like that. It's moved around a little bit, but it's been. Is
it something that some of your advanced shooters, Martin, Eric, Frederick, is that a school that some of them have also gone through, or no?
I'm not really sure if they went to the school. I haven't asked them.
Yeah, that's just, it's such an outstanding thing. I would love to see that happen here in America. I really would, but I don't know. And the fact that you know, John, I think it's similar to what you see out, like, I think it's like Utah, where you have like a lot of our compound open shooters, like the Wild Brothers and Chris Schaff, like they're that open category. They all shoot out of the same range out west. We're in that area, I think in Utah. I think that's where they're at. You know, we don't have Barebow, just hasn't gotten to that point. Compound kind of has that, but not Barebow in America. We got to try to.
Yeah.
Was that?
I would-
all right.
I was just seeing if my Wi-Fi was glitching, but it might be yours. I'm not sure.
It might be, and if it does, it should pop back. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
All right.
I think the closest thing we really even have would be the archery training center out in Chula Vista, but that's only for recurs. I mean, we got like nothing even close to that, which would be cool to have, but I don't see us ever being able to do that, unfortunately.
No, not, and especially when from a Barebow side. I mean, Barebow in America is just so far behind in regards to that level of popularity. You know what I mean? Like, it's definitely. I think it is, John. I think it's you, because Leo's not glitching. You're glitching for me just a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, it's. I don't know if you're on Wi-Fi or if you're on data, but it's all good.
No, I'm on Wi-Fi.
Okay.
Full signal, baby.
But it's, I don't know, it's just awesome to see such a turnout. I definitely hope that we get to that point. It's going to be a while though. We're just kind of catching up in some ways when it comes to that and Barebow and growth. We're just seeing that we're in the middle of that upward swing. So, so your gym life and your archery training life, do they mirror each other in the amount of time spent?
I spend a little bit more time at the archery range than the gym. So, but I spend quite a lot of time at the gym as well.
Oh yeah. Do you feel like it? Does it play a huge role in your archery though? Like, do you feel like there's
Not really.
Not at all?
Not a very big deal. I had a little break from the gym now over Christmas, and I still shoot high scores and feel good. But the main thing I go to the gym for is to don't get injured when I shoot, and to like train the left side of my back and such.
That's good. I mean, it definitely has a benefit from a health standpoint. So, you know, compared to I think there's probably a mental thing too. That mental commitment to going to the gym plays a role in your mental commitment to how well you can handle shooting the bow. There's definitely some carryover there, but I mean, it's different for everyone for sure.
Yeah, but it's not that big
it's the discipline.
carryover.
Yeah, absolutely. And for an 18-year-old, that's a big deal. You know, you have to be super, super focused. You know, so I definitely commend you on that. I think that's outstanding. A lot of people could probably, if they struggle with the discipline, you know, it's kind of the American culture though. We're definitely a different breed over here compared to what you're talking about.
So I might have missed this in the beginning. This school, is it more of a high school, or are you off into like a university now? I missed that part.
It's a high school.
Okay.
Yeah, he's looking to potentially come to America for college. So, you know, I hope it's okay that we put that out there, Leo. I hope you don't mind.
Of course.
So, you know, I mean, it would be cool to have that, and then, like I said, if he needs some communication, needs some help talking to some of the college coaches. I know most of them, but you know, most of the ones with the major programs we could put you in contact with. But you know, it would be a different experience probably for sure if you did. So,
well, first one, would they they would try to get you to shoot Olympic recurve.
First thing, yeah,
Never. Never.
yeah. That's because they haven't learned their lesson yet. In due time, not all of them. The major schools definitely would do that because that's where all. I don't want to come off sounding negative, but that's where the scholarships and stuff were for a long time. But they're starting to see now that Barebow's been adopted into the world archery scene. I'm sure that's going to have to change because we're getting more and more kids who absolutely refuse to switch. And over here in the collegiate world, having someone who is a stellar shooter in any of the categories earns points for the team. So you gotta take advantage of that. And Barebow is no different. So, for a long time it was, well, we'll just put an underclassman who wants to shoot Olympic recurve or compound, we'll throw a Barebow in their hand so we can try to get some points. They're going away from that notion and realizing that Barebow is its own thing. We have kids that are specializing in it. We need to start recruiting those kids. So there's definitely a good opportunity there for you in the future if you do choose to go that route, without a doubt. So tell us what's your equipment look like? Obviously, I know some of it, but for the listeners, what are you shooting in totality? What riser, limbs, everything? I can probably guess what grip you use. It happens to be on your shirt there, but give us some feedback.
Yeah, I shoot the Gilo GT 25-inch riser with an archery grip, of course, and the model on the grip is the Master. And then for my limbs, I have the Gilo GTL 88, 68 inches, 38 pounds. And then I shoot a Baiter plunger, a Bidrop 2020 vest, and strings from Podium Bowstrings in England. And for my weights, I have the Gilo hammers, both steel and aluminum. And then, of course, I have the turbine fletched ACE.
What arrow is it? ACE.
AC, turbine fletched.
Oh,
So with
okay.
6 vanes.
6 vanes.
The Eli vanes, right?
Yeah, Eli vanes IS3, I think. So they are indoor vanes, a little bit longer.
Okay. Have you found a significant difference in like a standard 3 fletch to the 6?
I think it looks cool. It's the only reason I shoot it.
That's a good reason. Who cares? As long as you don't have clearance issues.
The points are the same, so I just go with what's cool.
Cost a little extra if you have to pay for them. You can't go one pack and fletch all your arrows, but yeah,
one pack of these would. Yeah.
Hey, John, why don't you talk to him for a second? I want to say something to somebody before they leave. All right.
Okay.
Handle it, buddy. Handle it.
All right. I'll try my best. All right. So now we can pick on Frank while he's gone the whole time.
That's good.
So I guess like what are you most looking forward to come into the Classic? Or is it just like everything?
Mostly it's getting to know everybody, getting to know all the American archers, and then also meet just people. It's been a long time with very little competitions here in Sweden. So it's fun to finally go to a big competition and try to do a good score.
Yeah. Hopefully everything works kind of as scheduled. Should hopefully be like 1,400 people or so, and we're pushing pretty good on the Barebow side. We got to be getting close to 200 guys signed up.
That's a lot.
It should be pretty good. There's a handful of good ones, so it should be pretty fun. It's probably an indoor venue that I don't know if you've ever experienced. It's quite impressive. It's like, I don't know, how big is that, Frank? Like 13 acres or something?
Which one's that? I'm sorry.
Spooky Nook. We're probably
Yeah, I
shooting
think it
under.
is.
We're probably shooting under at least probably 2 acres or so.
Roughly 2 football field, more than 2 football fields.
Yeah,
So,
if he's still booked the same practice and stuff, it's
plus that, I didn't even think of that. Yep.
it's quite impressive.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, the
Yeah,
competitions
huge
in
venue.
Sweden are like 300 guys at the nationals in a
Okay.
quite small area. So the classic will be something else.
yeah, our indoor nationals is a little bit different. Like the FAA side, which is similar to your IFA, it's one location everybody shoots, and we'll get like 1,200 people, but not a lot of like. We got so many age brackets, so we don't like shoot against a lot of people. Like Barebow will shoot, I'll shoot against like 14 people, and then senior or masters will shoot against like 14 people, and then you got like different
It's
age.
the same in Sweden.
Yeah. And then for like the USA side, which would be like World Archery, it's a little bit different. We got like 13 locations that we shoot at, and I might shoot at my location against like 5 or 6 in my class. And then like we just all group them together when it's all said and done, and then we pull all the scores together that way. So you have to shoot them in a big location, but like not all the competitors are shooting, and the pressure's a little bit different in that kind of scenario, but it all gets done, I guess.
Yeah, I think you'll have a good time coming over with the way the classic does it. There's like two, at least in the years past, we had 2 practice ranges that you can shoot in. You kind of learn when you come over to get there early though, if you want to practice, because like the half hour before your shooting time, it's a train wreck. You can't get in edgewise. So usually, and also, and I don't know if anything's been planned, but if other ranges are open, sometimes there's some ranges that are somewhere sort of nearby that you can shoot at. And I think Lancaster Archery Supply also keeps their ranges open. John, correct me if I'm wrong, but they're open 24/7 during the classic, aren't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
They're open late. I know that.
I know
they're open.
Spooky Nook closes, but I'm not sure about Lancaster or not. But
something tells
if
me
they offer the warehouse tour, I don't know if they're gonna or not, but if they do it, that'd be a cool tour to take when you're here. It'll probably be an hour or so, but yeah, it's a pretty big warehouse. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. I'm sure Rob and gang typically take care of the people that are coming over, and you get to see Lancaster Archery Supply, which is really cool. It's obviously a big deal. And it's really close by. But I think you'll have a great time. I'm excited for you to come over, man, especially at 18 and be able to make that trip. The last young fella I guess we really had was Hugo. Missed that guy. I don't know if they're coming or not. Have you talked to them at all?
I don't know. It's hit and miss, I think. I don't know if he's gonna or not. I don't think he's definitely not gonna do Vegas, I don't think, but he was on the fence with Lancaster.
Hugo's been shooting a lot of Olympic too. I don't know if he's sticking with that or not.
I think he qualified for the World Field Championship in Yankton.
Yeah.
In
Barebow.
Olympic or Barebow?
No, in Barebow.
Barebow.
Yeah.
Good. I hope he makes it over.
He posted something on his Instagram today.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
That's what he planned on shooting Barebow at Yankton last time I talked to him. And yeah, you're right. I think this week he just qualified for making the team.
Nice. Congrats to Hugo Lobb, everyone. I'm sure we have to catch up with him. And
that's another dude with a lot more hair than you.
I know he is. Especially right now. I think it's super long. Last time I saw him, I think he's got like ponytails and everything going on. Leo, take your hat off. Let's see what your head of hair looks like. Oh man, another one. You can put your hat back on. I'm just playing. Yeah. What's that? He's like, no, the ladies can't see me with my hat head. It's all good though. Let's go. I'm going to go to some of the questions here and some of the comments on the live feed. Most of the comments are smart remarks to me, so it's okay. You're off the hook. There was a question of what county you were in. I don't know what county Stockholm is in. If you want to answer that.
I think it's in Stockholm County.
That's Stockholm County. Okay, there you
Yeah.
go. Let's see here. Does Sweden pay or have any involvement with your training? So is there any government funding that goes into like you being at the school or anything like that?
Not really. It's
Not really.
mostly paid by my parents. So
Yeah.
I owe them a lot of gratitude for giving me this opportunity to go to the school and shoot as much as I do.
That's awesome. I was just gonna say, so that means that thank you, mom and dad, for taking care of me and allowing. I was just gonna say, you beat me to it though. So job well done there, young man. Parents, I don't know your parents, but you did a good job raising this one, for recognizing that. Yeah, and that's a huge part of it, man. Like we talked about in the beginning, and we've said it in multiple episodes, having access to the right information as early as possible plays a huge role in how quickly you can improve, and move up the ranks. So, that's outstanding stuff. I mean, go ahead.
I was gonna say we didn't even talk about his shot and how he shoots his shot to describe his shot.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell us, Leo. Tell us the goods so we can steal as much of it as possible.
I don't really have a cycle that I go through every time, but usually I just look at the knock, put it on the string, look at the target, then go down to my crawl, go down to 18 meters, lift the bow and aim at the top on the right side of the target before I draw, and then just find my anchor and find the back and just shoot a strong solid shot and try to get the release perfect.
I like that. It's pretty simple. Try to get the release perfect though.
Like the $1 million question is, when you're there and you're aiming at the target, what do you have anything that makes you shoot the arrow, or just say, just shoot it whenever and it goes, or describe that last half second of your shot if you can?
Usually I just try to feel everything, so feel the tension in both my back and my bow arm, and look where I'm aiming, and just when everything is perfect, I just try to release. So I try to wait until I'm happy with everything. But sometimes I let the shot go and it's not perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We know that. Frank more than others, but yeah, we all know.
I saw that comment coming a mile away. So I'm sorry there. I had gone on mute there for a second. But I was still listening. So you're really not really focused too much on the conscious. You're really shooting a lot of a subconscious shot.
Yeah. I try to think as little as possible.
Yeah, that's not bad. So what is the thing that you're thinking about though? Or you're nothing specific that you're concentrating on?
I just try to think about how I want the shot to be and how I'm going to execute it.
Yeah.
And then
that's good.
Let go of it when I've shot it and focus on the next one.
Pretty simple.
It's good. Simple, right, John? Nice and simple.
Mm-hmm.
Not making it complicated. I think it's a lesson to be learned. No overthinking. No overthinking. Keep it simple, stupid. I like it. That's good, Leo. And I think others need to hear that, especially coming from a fella that's as young as you are, and having the success that you are having at your age. I think it's something to be learned. I don't think everyone has and I'm going to call it a luxury, so don't be angry, but the luxury of shooting that often, and I've said it before, guys like you, Hugo, Daniel Collins, this younger generation, the upper teens, lower 20s. If you guys, now's the time to do it, because some of you don't have jobs, or responsibilities, kids, businesses that you need to worry about, stuff like that. Now's the time to put the time in, put the work in, and set that foundation of your competitive future. Because then as you get older, things change a little bit. So now's the time to do it. And I think it's great that very few teenagers have the maturity and the drive to put in the time and effort that it takes to get you to where you're currently at. So I want to recognize that, and for other kids, collegiate shooters, youth shooters, or parents that maybe listen to this podcast, they need to understand, like, not everyone is built or molded to put that time in and to do that. And it really takes a special amount of drive. So, kudos to you. And again, kudos to your parents for what they've done. I love that it's so simple. Do you change anything as far as setup, just to switch gears, unless John, you wanted to say or wanted to ask anything else? I was going to switch some gears to talk about field and 3D a little bit, since he's the 3D national champion over there in Europe, setup wise.
No, other than, like, if you do play around, like in an experiment, do you have a certain process for that, or you just like throw a bunch of stuff on and try something totally different? I mean, because you're at the point. Okay, I was gonna say, because you're at the point where you're comfortable with what you got. Didn't know if there was a way you worked around it to get to where you're at, what, like the weights of the hammers and how they're distributed and poundage, pulling wise, and what makes that poundage for you better than, let's say, another pound or two less, or a pound or two more, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, this far I've just gone with what feels nice. So 38 pounds is perfect for me. I can shoot. I think I have point on at 55 meters, and my max is 50, so that's perfect. And the hammers, they just look good in this position.
Those ACE arrows that you're using now, is that the same build that you shoot for outdoors, or you have them a little bit different?
It's just the vanes that are different.
Just the vanes.
Outdoors, I shoot the Ilvanes S3. They are a little bit shorter, and then I only have 3 of them.
Okay. What's I'm just curious, what spine are you shooting?
I'm shooting 570.
570. Okay. 100 grain points?
90.
90. Okay.
You shoot 90 for indoor as well?
Yes. I shoot the same arrow, except for the vanes indoors and outdoors.
You have quite the crawl then, don't you, for indoor?
Yeah, I think I'm halfway down my tab.
Okay. Where's your anchor at, if you don't mind me asking? Where are you anchoring in regards to on your face?
At the corner of my mouth.
You're just at the corner of your mouth.
Put the thumb under the cheekbone and the pointing finger in the corner.
Okay. It's good. That thumb helps, huh? Wrapping that thumb around the back of the jaw really gives you a nice definitive spot.
Stable anchor.
Yeah, and that's a little bit of a carryover. Olympic recurve, they teach that. If you watch like Brady Ellison shoot, for example, he really takes his thumb and gets it down, and it gets it in alongside of his neck. They shoot higher poundage for outdoor. They're probably shooting upper 40s, lower 50s for Olympic recurve, but it really helps with having a steadier anchor point. There's definitely something to be said. I know, like, Demmer's played around. Are you still playing around with that higher anchor right now, John?
A little bit here and there.
A little bit.
Yeah. When I'm shooting at longbow, I have to shoot a higher anchor because I don't feel like aiming underneath the target, because I'm not allowed to, string walk. But
right,
I can shoot the longbow pretty good with it, so I figured I'll try the barebow a little bit longer. But I gotta make that decision pretty quick because Classic's coming up.
Yeah. Are you gonna bring the longbow to the Classic and shoot the longbow Classic?
No. If they get a longbow class eventually, maybe.
Oh, okay.
Play with those boys, but I'm not gonna. So it's like, the way I look at it is why would I want to bring the longbow to that and then, like, maybe screw up a bracket, and then it's kind of like you kind of lose
Right.
integrity of competition that way, I think.
Yeah. Yeah. Where you're at in your archery, yeah, I get that. That's definitely, you can mess around with it a little bit, but you want to try to stay as consistent as possible for sure. So, well, Leo, listen, you're invited this weekend if you want to quick fly over and shoot at the FIDA at my place. If you want to just hop on a plane and fly on over and come shoot with all of us. I think Matt Zernzak's going to be here. And I don't know if Grayson's coming. He never answered me. I doubt it.
I wouldn't answer you either.
You do.
I know. I don't know why.
I know why.
I figured I'm your only friend, so somebody's got to talk to you.
Yeah. Friends are overrated. But yeah, we'd love to see you. I'm excited that you're coming over. When are you coming over as far as the Classic? Are you coming in like the week before, or when do you plan to get over here to Pennsylvania?
I think I fly in the day before the youth trophy tournament, because I think I'm shooting that one as well.
Okay, well, I
That'd be a
think
good
the youth,
warm up.
yeah. When's the first day of the youth trophy tournament? You better check that. So I think that's Saturday, Sunday. There's no qualifying on Saturday.
Then I was wrong. I think we fly in. The Classic is before.
Okay. Right. The class.
Yeah.
Well,
so
the way it's set up,
we fly in one day before the competition starts.
Okay, so you're probably coming in Thursday if you're qualifying. You're shooting your qualifying round on Friday.
Yeah.
Because typically it's Thursday, Friday, or is it Wednesday, Thursday, Friday? I don't even know. You shoot your qualifying round. Saturday is the elimination brackets, and then later on Saturday, in the past, that might have changed because they added to another Easton Trophy shoot line on Sunday. So there's a Saturday.
We fly in on Wednesday or Thursday.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's probably what you did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Lancaster's open to shoot almost 24/7. I'm almost positive. So you'll have plenty of opportunity to shoot. But yeah, man, we look forward to seeing you. I'm excited that you're making the trip over with the rest of the gang from Sweden. And yeah, man, come ready to shoot some arrows. John, do you have anything else for Leo before we let him go?
Were you gonna ask him about field and 3D or no? We were just gonna
well, you kind of you stole the thunder because I was gonna ask him about the arrow setup. So it's all good. You got it covered. I'm not worried about it. We could always have him back on another time and chat if he does something magnificent when he comes over. I'm sure we'll be talking to him again about his experience. But
when, not if, when.
That's right. If. When. I like it. No, he's right. It's up here. It's up here. When.
Okay.
You're traveling, you're bringing some pretty high quality company with you as far as Barebow goes. So you guys are making all of the American side, keeping our works cut out for us. So, but we look forward to seeing you for sure. So
yeah,
tell your parents we said hello and thank you for getting you involved in our sport. You're good for the sport, man. I love the Instagram. I love what you do. And that's it. That's all I got. John, you good?
Yeah, I really appreciate the positivity that comes from your Instagram. It's pretty good.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. You're a good ambassador for the sport, young man. You keep doing you. We'll support you any way we can. For everybody else, as you guys are watching this live feed, obviously this is going to show up on YouTube in the video version and the audio version out there. But remember, pay the fee. The fee is to share it. If you enjoyed it, if you got something positive out of it, if you got something from Leo that you thought was helpful or could help someone else, share the show. That's your fee. Thanks again for joining us. Thanks for watching the Barebow Project and all your support. Leo, go to bed. I know you got gym and shooting tomorrow. Demmer, go brush your hair.
Yeah. Tie some flies.
Or that. All right. We'll see you guys.
All right,
Peace
we'll
out.
see you guys.
Have a good night.